Okay. Getting ready to do some readings. Let me go, announce it online. You guys can all watch me. Doing social media on top of social media. Hi, Instagram. Hi, YouTube. I'm live on YouTube doing readings and chit-chatting, paranormal talk, and relaxing. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. See you there soon. All right. So let's see if anyone comes in. It's been a busy day. I'm doing intuitive readings again, medium readings again. This is the last day this week. I might come on Tuesday, but I'm getting ready to go to Utah this week. So yeah, I'm getting ready for that. Hi, Selena. Put my big glasses on. Actually, they don't help me see any better. So I think they're useless. So yeah, I'm getting ready to go to Utah this Thursday to do readings and classes. So that's exciting. How's everyone doing on this fine day, on a Saturday? I didn't mean to put 20%. I meant to put I think it makes sense, right? I guess I'll do it correct. When I rewatch this, so I'm doing intuitive and medium readings with donation, and if you could donate what's in the description, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. I don't monetize these anymore. I'm not putting the advertisements. They're irritating to you, and plus I get notifications because if I play any music, even this is supposed to be free music, I get a notification. That's going to be fun. I've been really enjoying in-person events and markets. Hope it's a good trip. Yeah. You've been enjoying in-person events and markets? Cool. Yes, I think it will be a good trip. I'm sold out on my private readings there, and my classes are open. What area are you in that you're going to in-person events? And markets? Is that like Maryland? Oh, okay. Is there like a big farmers market world in Maryland? Like, is farmers market a thing there? And what kind of events have you been going to? Because I know people are kind of getting used to going back to like life outside of the online life. I probably should get on board with that more, huh? But this isn't the beginning. I'm going to Utah. But I've gone to Utah many times to do these types of readings. I feel like people are getting more and more back in the real world. What do you think? Like, I think that people are feeling that more. Getting more back into the swing of things. I make witchy candles and bath products, so it's more craft markets and metaphysical or fantasy theme events. Oh, that's awesome. Are you on Instagram, Selena? Do you follow me on Instagram as well? If so, what's your handle? Hi. Hi, Zach. Long time. I do all the socials. Okay. What's your social on the gram, on the Instagram, and the Insta? Ages, I know. It just seems like it's been forever. What's your social, Selena? I'm very happy about the last conversation. And I'll follow you. I'm finally done with work. Awesome, Victoria. Personal is musing of kitchen with business. Business is a true seeker's daughter. I think I follow you. Let me see. Very excited. Yes, I'm excited too. Definitely has confirmed something for me. I feel like with this is what those oracle cards have been about. A truth, a truth seeker's daughter. Oh, you're following me? Now I follow you back. You should send me. Oh, these candles are cool. Nice. Musings of a Kitchen Witch. It's a long name. Your business candle name is long too. That's not your business name, right? Is it? Not your basic witch. It's a little long. Just saying. It's hard for people to remember. You might want to shorten it to A. Should be like ATSD. That sounds like too much like PTSD. Or Seekers Truth or Seekers? I don't know. Daughter? Anyway, you have it going. It's hard to remember, but it's kind of a cool name, so maybe not. I think I would remember it. It's kind of because it's cool. Very cool. Well, I'm following you now. I've heard of you. You've heard of a Truth Seeker's Daughter? Oh, cool. Is that what you're saying to Zach? You've heard of her work? I know somebody told me that they wanted to send me a candle to my P.O. box. And then I would talk about it on my pod and stuff. But I don't know if that was you. I love that you're a kitchen witch. It's awesome. We like the witchy stuff. Musings of a Kitchen Witch. Oh, you've heard of her? No, it wasn't me. I would send you something though. I'm not asking you, just so you know, to get free stuff. Don't worry about it. There was somebody on here who does candles. Here we go. Musings of a Kitchen Witch. Nope, it's a different one. Musings of a Kitchen Witch. Okay, here we go. Following that too. So cute. All the witchy people need to come together. So I think this time on a Saturday is better. What do you guys think? I feel like this time, no matter, I just feel like I talk in the void. Didn't glad somebody had seen it. I know. This is, you know what? I can tell you most of the time I feel like I'm talking in the void too. People don't talk back on anymore on social media. I think people are very hesitant. I really like playing with my skull here. I think people are hesitant to talk back. Anyway, I feel like 4:30 is a good time. I'm doing readings on here and a little chit chat. When I get back from Utah, I'm going to do a new psychic. I might post it before I go, a new Psychic 101 development course. But yeah, I don't feel like people communicate as much on social media or answer back. What do you guys think? I don't think. Because I feel like people are afraid to talk, it seems like. So, like right now, yeah, I feel like people, you agree, Zach? I feel like people are kind of like worried about offending someone or someone getting upset. It just seems like people are very hesitant, is what I noticed. People are afraid to connect. Yeah, I do feel like that. I feel like people, well, I don't know, even in the spiritual world, it used to be a lot more open. It's so flooded now. So yeah, it's a real interesting time. There's a lot of heaviness right now. I mean, there's a lot of people kind of scrambling. You're going to notice that in your readings, people are asking. That's why I've been enjoying the in-person events. At least that's interactive, and it's not like I'm standing there talking to myself. Well, you remind me why when I get back, I think I'm going to do an in-person class. It's time. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It just like you feel like you're just like when you post stuff. I feel like that on here. I feel like when I do lives, interactive is awesome. Yeah. I feel like on here when I'm doing lives, I'm like, is this mic on? Anybody home? People just like to kind of watch and they don't say anything back. I'm like, hello? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, it's funny. The problem with lives is I type too slow. That's okay. That's okay. You know what? I think I do a lot of voice text even on social media. On social media, on like Instagram, on comments when I comment on things. But I feel like this time is a good time. What do you guys think? I feel like it's a good time to come on. I feel like coming on later is too late. Like I'm trying to make it where it's somewhat early for the East Coast and West Coast. I'm kind of obsessed with my ringlets because I didn't blow dry the hell out of my hair and I curled it. I mean, all I do is twist my hair and it stays. This is how curly my hair is. It'll stay like this. Disclaimer, we're at a buffet and it's loud. Okay. Well, that's good. See, people are out. You're at a buffet? That sounds fun. What are you and Victoria getting to eat? We'll 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 live vicariously through the two of you. Hi, Michelle. Hello. Chinese. You're getting Chinese? Okay. Is it a Chinese buffet or is it a buffet that has a little bit of different things like Vegas buffets? Does anybody have any questions about? I'm okay. I'm a little tired. Thank you, Michelle. Hi, Angelique. Not like exhausted, but you know that kind of like, I just want, you know how this music's playing, like I just want to be like chill. It's Asian variety. Okay. Sounds good. Yummy. Very good. Just vibing. Awesome. Well, I just yawned. This is because I woke up too early. I tried to go to bed at a normal person's hour. And when I do that, I just wake up at 4 or 3 in the morning. And then I force myself to try to go back to sleep on the couch. And then I don't get a normal night's sleep. Or I force myself to go to sleep, period. Just lay there. Yeah. So anyway, anybody have any questions about, stuff I post, spiritual stuff? I'm excited about, I wake up at 4 a.m. all the time. Yeah, me too. It's pretty much nightly. But I am doing readings. I'm doing intuitive and medium readings, but I also want to know if anybody has any questions about anything I post, stuff you might have heard on my podcast, The House Medium. Dancing. What happened? Oh, okay. I thought something like weird happened to my speaker. Something weird can't happen to my speaker. I'm going to Utah. I need my speaker. Question about crystals? Yes. What questions do you have about crystals? What do you have? Shoot. Go ahead and tell me. This is my favorite crystal quartz, because crystal quartz, you can put whatever energy you want into it. I can also use it to push energy that is too much for me, too overwhelming. How do I charge my crystals if it's not a full moon? You don't need a full moon to charge, to tell you. You don't need a moon at all, although we do need the moon. I don't charge mine in the moon. I charge mine only in the sun. So I know people think the full moon is about it. It's not necessary. The full moon is like, it's nice if you want to charge it on a full moon, and I'm sure it will do something, but you can charge it on a regular night. And I actually only charge mine in the sun. And I love how it feels after they sit in the sun. They get clean and they get charged. And when I touch them, they feel clean and charged and ready to go. So I take all my crystals and I put them in a bowl. And I sometimes put a little oil on the crystals and I just put them out in the sun. And then sometimes I do a double whammy. I might put them out in the sun and let them stay overnight and let the moon hit it too. But you don't need to just charge them in the full moon. And you have to cleanse them. Cleanse them with incense. Cleanse them with I like to cleanse them with incense. I'm going to use the sun to do it. Thank you. You're welcome. I get incense and I use resin incense with coal, and I let the smoke come up, and I take the crystal and I put it over the smoke, and I let it rise up through it and cleanse it and cleanse it and cleanse it and cleanse it. And then I put them all in a bowl, and because I have a bunch, and put it in the sun. There you go. I charge mine in the sun. I'm a sun person. Some of us are sun worshipers, and it hasn't helped that LA has been lacking in the sun. It's been okay here, but it has not been warm. So any other questions? What is your favorite way to cleanse a home or a space? I use resin incense. I use coal. This is resin incense. No, that's my hairpins. Excuse me. Wrong thing. This is resin incense. It looks like little rocks. And my favorite way. Oh, and my other favorite way is with my incense wand. Did I not say that? You know, the house medium incense one. And I get one of these, and this is a burned coal, but I burned some coal. Matter of fact, I could show you because I kind of need to cleanse right now. Do I have coal? Yeah, I have coal. No, do I have coal? I think I have everything up here but coal. I have you, Victoria. I have you down for an intuitive reading. You're going to get a reading, Victoria, while you're getting your buffet? Wow. You're a woman of many talents. Okay, I got you. Yeah, give me a minute. I could type it. What about the eclipse coming next month? Anything we need to know? I really am not the person to ask. I'm not connected to the moon. I don't operate that. So I'm not the person to ask. I'm not really into moon phases, and it's just not something I really care about. It's not. I know people really think everyone who's a reader or does witchy things is into that, but I'm not. So I'm really not the person to ask. I'm not connected to, I don't feel like I need those things or those things do anything for me. So I'm not the one. You might need to ask somebody who's more into that sort of thing. So I'm not going to pretend and be like, this is what you need to look out for. Okay, well, thank you. I get it. Yeah, so I'm just not the one. Not to say there's plenty of people who have lots of things to say about those things. I'm just not going to pretend to be the one that can tell you, you know? Because I'm looking for my coal, and I did not bring any coal up here. Oh, bummer. What is this? Oh, it's a lighter. Does it still work? Barely. I do like that lighter. Oh, I'm just going to have to use stick incense, but I don't have my wand up here. Yeah. You're welcome. I just like to be kind of forthright and be like, I'm not going to pretend. Okay, I have a part-time job. Job A is doing assessments and individuals with outpatient clinic. Job B is my private practice. I'm trying to figure out if or when to decrease the more secure, quote unquote, job A, throw myself more into my private practice? Okay, good question, Victoria. Okay, let me take a look. I'm going to take a look and see. Hold on. I probably sound like a bunch of clinkety clankety clank. Apologize. What I see about that. Okay. Let's look at job. Let's look at the secure job first, okay? My feeling is that the secure job is holding down the fort pretty well and feels like the first hit I get on that is maybe, whoa, this got a little crazy. Is that to hold on to that job for at least for the next 6 to 7 months. So I guess I would say I feel like another half a year. My sense is pulling out of it this spring would not be good because I feel like you need time to build. And this spring and summer will be a good time to build. So, in other words, you hold on to your secure job, you continue to build in the other private practice. And build your clients and things like this. So I feel like you need at least till summer. So we have like 3 months of spring, and then we'll hit like summer. I would say like I'm looking more middle summer, so like August. How many months is that? This is March, right? April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, about 5 months. That makes sense. The private practice is growing. Yeah. So I feel like in 6 months, you're going to be like, I have to let go of the secure job because I don't have the room and time for it anymore. You know? So I feel like you're on your way. That's exciting. That's very exciting. I make twice as much per hour with the private practice, but the hours aren't always stable. Oh, I understand. I only understand as a reader because when you do something and like when I used to work for places where they, at a store or at a location, you would know you're getting a certain amount of people because of that place. But they take, I don't know if people know this, a lot of reading places take 50% of what you make. Usually fair places do 60-30. But I don't know if you ever go into a store and you get a reading from someone, tip them because most of the time they're giving 50% of what you think it's going to the reader. It's not. Or they get maybe 60% if the place is fair. But yeah, I understand. So that's why I feel like you need time to build your practice. So yeah, I feel like I've been getting so many people's, ouch, the shop I work with does 70-30 split, which whether you are reading or doing consignment for products, working on it, it's taking off. That's awesome. Okay, I thought I had like a spam. Yeah, that's really awesome then. I definitely um I think 70-30 is kind of right. A lot of places, Selena, but a lot of places do 50-50. Mm-hmm. And I think it's terrible. Terrible. I'm like, I can, do that myself. So one day I will have a way to create. I feel like I have a, well, I don't want to say my vision, but I have a vision of something to do to help readers to be protected. Yeah, that's painful for the reader. Mm-hmm. It is. Hi, Estelle. But yeah, I have a vision. I have my own vision for the future. You want a reading? Okay, sure. The donation is 15 for an intuitive and 20 for a medium. If you can use what's in the description, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, as I will never see the super chat. And thank you. I'm telling you, I don't know about you guys, but I get so much spam. Like 2, 3, 4 times a day, and I'm kind of like, really? I send out one email every like few weeks, and people will be like, take me off. And I mean, I'm talking about like maybe once a month or every 2 months, like very seldom. Okay. Anybody have any kind of like any paranormal situations? I feel like it's been very chill in the world. Am I the only one? Energy feels like wah, wah, wah. Does everyone else feel that too? Oops, sorry. It feels like wah, wah, wah. Kind of like very low energy in the world. I don't know. Maybe everyone's just tired, beaten down a little bit. But it's felt like that. It's been interesting times. What else can I tell you guys? I wanted to tell you guys. I felt like there was something I saw, and I don't know if you noticed, but for a while, I was seeing like it's been real chill, right? We're about to visit my parents and see their new doggy. I hope you all have an awesome evening. Okay, cool. Have a good time. Bye, Zachary. Bye, Victoria. At least a few days a month, I get a bunch of spam calls, 10 or more a day. I always block them all. I know. And I'll send people like an email every 2 months, and some people will say take me off, which I totally understand. I don't get like offended, but I feel bad about that is my point. I'll be like, I want to tell people what's going on, but I don't want to bug anybody. But I do notice they work if for the people who don't go to social media a lot, because I have a lot of people who don't want to deal with social media. So they're really the ones I have on this list. I'm like, these are the people who just don't like dealing with social media. So yeah, I've noticed there's been like a huge energy shift where people are just kind of in this real chill vibe, just trying to chill, not be bothered, I get it. Totally makes sense. Like, I feel like it's been a rough few years and it's been a rough few months. And what are we? We're only in March since the new year. See this? Oops. Wrong way. I'm showing you the wrong thing. There you go. So I feel like if this is how it's been, it's this is only March, everyone. It's only March since it's been, but this is how the future is going to start to go. I got you, Mary. Is Mary SL? But honestly, yes, it's Mary. It's been for me. It's been that way for a lot of people. I feel you. And here's the thing, like it's gonna shift. I promise. It's gonna shift. It's shifting. It's like a slow shifting. Okay, Mary, since you're getting a medium reading, go ahead and tell me who you would like to speak to just by your relationship to the person. So you would say, like my, what relative on what side of the family, like my grandmother, my mother's side, or a friend or something like that. That you're just basically going to tell me who you want to speak to, as they, how you are connected to them. Do I have to tell you who I want to connect to, or can you tell me any? I don't work that way. You have to tell me a specific person. See, I know people tell you someone shows up. They're all they're all connected to this realm. So I've learned how to dial in particularly to the particular person you're looking to talk to, because it's kind of like believing everybody on the internet showed up for you when you just don't know how to dial. A lot of people don't know how to dial into that particular person. So I'm just explaining why I work the way I work. So your grandfather on your mom's side. Oops, sorry. I keep hitting. Woo. So anyone you want to talk to, I have you, Shauna. I will connect to that person. Okay, we're going to go. I'm going to tell you how they passed. They're going to tell me your grandpa on your mom's side. They're going to tell me how they passed. And they're going to give me details and information. And you're going to confirm for me after I get the information. So if you can talk back to me, that would be great. Okay, here we go. Sorry, it's really stuffy over here. Okay, I feel like I'm oh my, it's so stuffy. Okay, grandpa on your mom's side. So the first thing I feel from him, he's very chill. He's actually really happy to connect. He says that his passing, he very much felt prepared for it and he welcomed it. He said things where, his physical self was starting to really weighed down, and he was having a very difficult time. He was having a difficult time staying alert. Like he says that he felt like his mind was starting to slow down and he wasn't able to keep track of things. This was actually the most difficult for him. He felt like if he couldn't really be conscious and aware of things that were happening to him and things that were happening and he was feeling, then it's almost like he really didn't want to be here. Yeah, he says that he started to, I don't know if he's showing me like also walking was difficult, that he started to have a hard time. He's making it feel like in my right leg, because he keeps talking about his right side being difficult. He says once he died, he was so happy to find out that everything was so easy and serene. He didn't expect there to be so much love and kindness. He kind of thought it was going to be a lot of judgment and difficulty. What he means by difficulty is like judgment. It kind of feels like maybe he was religious or something, because he keeps talking about being afraid of being judged. Hold on. He also, we were Catholic. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. He says, surprise, surprise. There was nobody waiting to judge him. He's really funny because he says, I feel like I got like a dirty salesman sold me a faulty item. He says he felt like he was conned. Okay, he does say, I don't know if you know anything about his ailments, because he says that wow, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like he says that he's talking about that sounds like him. And he says, he's talking about your grandmother. Did she die before him? Because she's talking about his wife. I don't know if that's your grandmother, but that's his wife, right? Because he really loved her. And I can tell you, as somebody who reads for a lot of people, especially older people, that's not always true. Because he's saying like he felt, yeah, they were super close. Yeah, he says he felt lucky to be with someone he loved, and he has a message for you. He says, and for everyone listening, he says, growing old with somebody. He says growing old with somebody who you love is not scary. He's not saying that you should feel like you have to grow old with somebody, but he says if you love somebody and they love you, it's not scary. If you don't like each other, it's scary. And he says most of his friends' relationships, they didn't like each other. And he says that he worked really hard. He built his life up from the ground up. He keeps showing me like an image of him looking at her behind a door. Like he says that she lays in the bed. If I'm facing the bed, it's like on the right side towards the door, and he looks at her. Yeah, I can tell you, Mary, most of the time I have to tell people, yeah, they were married, but they weren't like in love. He really loved her. And he says that she doesn't have to be afraid. And he's so happy he gets to be here and there. He says it's hard for us to understand, but we're able to be in both worlds at the same time, and she's his love. And he says something about February, almost like the first month of February. Yeah, what people don't understand is that this is one thing I can explain to you, is that when people die, they are in a whole world, like a city. He died in February. Okay, well, there you go. So what he wants you to understand, because he didn't realize this. He goes, there's a whole world here. It's like a city. It's like a town. We have a whole world here. We just don't have to deal with the mundane things you have to deal with to survive that very harsh world. He says, so I'm able to see my world and your world. We don't just hang out in your world. He thinks that's so funny that everybody thinks that, but we don't. We're able to be a part of both. He says, thank you for talking to him today, and maybe, we'll talk further. But he says he always suspected that the afterlife was more like a science than it was religious. And he was right. Okay. What were you saying? What? Oh my God! About how he feels about your grandma. I don't know. What do you want to tell us what he meant by he was peeking behind the door? Wow, he was very smart. Yes, that's what I felt like. I felt like I was talking to a really sharp guy, and he was kind of showing me that he was sharp for a long time. And once his sharpness started to wane, he really didn't want to be here. Like he was real smart. His mind meant a lot to him. What did he mean by he built things up? Yeah, he had trouble walking too. Yeah. He fell. Okay, yeah. See, he was very smart, independent, and he was like, this is what it's going to be like. Never mind. So he's very much okay with his passing. Okay, Shauna, you're up. That started his decline, right? I have a lemon seed. Okay, thank you so much. I have goosebumps. You're welcome. I'm going to keep the theme going. Grandfather on mom's side. Okay, Selena. Awesome reading. Thank you, Angelique. Just to remind everybody, you can follow me on Instagram. You can book readings with me on AdelaLavine.com. I am doing 50% off of my full readings for a short time with the code CHANGE. It's kind of celebration of spring coming. Yay, spring. So it will be a very short, limited time. I will have that 50% off. Okay, Shauna, let's keep it going. Let's keep the... Oops. Go full reading. You? Okay, great. Hold on. That's like, I post the stuff on Instagram and I post things on my Patreon, and I announce it on my podcast. All right, let's keep it going with grandfather on the mom's side. Okay. Grandfather on mom's side. I feel like I'm seeing them interchanging, one going, one coming, one just like walking up, his energy is really funny. He says, his energy is different than the last grandfather. He's a little tougher. He says that, he knew he was going to die. He likes to use the word die rather than pass. Okay, so what is... I just wanted to say on your mom's side. Okay, yeah. And he knew he was going to die. He said that he kind of tried to tough it out. He's a tough guy. He's very strong. He believed in... he said that he knew things were kind of going wrong with him for some time, but he allowed himself to just keep some of that to himself. He's talking about something about his chest area, and that area like being very heavy and kind of like pressure here. I feel like someone's like stepping on my chest or sitting on my chest or something. Anyway, he said that he felt like yes, he had respiratory COPD. Okay. He says that he never really had a hard time with the concept of death. He didn't really like the idea of like heaven and hell. He's very funny. He kind of has a funny sense of humor. He's like, listen, I wasn't a perfect guy. I did a lot of things that weren't great. So so I kind of feel like I could, have been either or. He's just joking. He was kind of like a man's man type of thing. He says that, for him, he kind of gave his all that he could in his career. He definitely is saying something about business and feeling like he had a good head for things like that. And people kind of knew he had a good head for things like that. However, he just showed me something. Was he like a ladies' man? Because he looks pretty handsome in his young years. And I forgot to tell SL, your grandfather is young in that realm, but this grandfather, Mary, does very clearly show me like really pretty, shiny, thick, I think dark hair. But he's definitely oh, okay. People don't stay the way they die. They get young again. They choose it. A bit. He wasn't amazingly loyal in his relationship. That is at mine's with white hair. No. I wasn't looking at the hair for yours. I'm talking to Mary. Yeah. Oh no. Wait. Which one's Mary? I'm getting confused now. Selena, right? Okay, now I'm talking to Selena, aka Shauna, right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he has dark hair, and he's talking about yeah, he wasn't loyal in his relationship. He had a hard time being loyal. He had a really hard time. He says, but he kind of feels like he says at that time that was kind of acceptable, that it was almost encouraged, like if you wanted to look like a quote real man, that's how you were. He says he's not justifying it, it's just he lived in a different time. He also says that he, unlike the last reading, he married for comfort and responsibility. It wasn't really that big of a romance in his life or her life. um Anyway, he was definitely ready to die. He definitely always believed that it wasn't like what people thought. He didn't think God would be waiting for him on the other end and all that stuff. So he wasn't really that surprised. He says that he's sorry he wasn't that great of a father by today's standards. And he says in the time that he was around, he did the basics and that was acceptable, but not by today's standards. He feels that your mom had issues with, after him, with male relationships because he wasn't very present. However, his advice to you, and I feel like there's almost like a disconnect, like he's not that connected to you or everyone, but he says he can give some advice, and he says his advice to you is to find somebody in your life who doesn't need you. Yeah, there was quite a few family trauma issues. Yeah. He says, my advice to you is to not find people who need fixing or need you. You tend to be drawn to that because of the family issues. And he also says that, he worked really hard in his life. He almost feels like he worked too hard. He feels like it led to medical problems. Did he do physical labor? Yeah, he worked in an automotive factory. Okay. Yeah, because he's saying that he feels like the physical labor kind of took a toll on his health and took a toll on his body. And he wished he had more in his life. But he kind of felt stuck in a way. Anyway, he says he's not complaining, he's just explaining who he was. It kind of led him to, when he wasn't working, he partied hard, so to speak. And yes, your grandfather is saying he partied hard. I liked to enjoy my time off. And so his life was kind of work, family, and then repeat. So I think he's showing me him drinking with his friends. Yeah, we knew. So he says, it was a different time, and you need to understand and maybe have a little empathy of understanding that just like women, men weren't allowed to really dream. He grew up in a time where you chose, what are you going to do with your life? Pick the box and then pick it and be happy. You weren't really allowed to step outside the box. His last thing he's saying to you is, be okay with stepping outside the box. Don't let people push you into a box. Okay? And then he keeps saying something about April. Keeps showing me April. It's coming up, I guess. All right. There you go. Well, I guess this was a chill night. Thank you guys. Unless there's anyone else who want a reading, I'm going to exit. You can always book. Thank you guys. Thanks for sharing this with me. I thought these readings were really interesting. And when I look back at this, when I look at back at this, whatchamacallit, video, I hear me. It sounds like really loud, the typing. I apologize. I didn't realize that. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I might come on Tuesday, but I will not be here Saturday because I will be in Utah. So if you're in Utah, go sign up for one of my classes. It's ASMR. If you guys like ASMR, it does nothing for me. Have a great night. Thank you. So I won't be here Saturday. I might come on Tuesday. If not, I'll see you the following week. But go check out my latest episode on the House Medium. Tuesdays is gonna be a good one. They're all good ones, but this has got all the things. And follow me on Instagram and all that jazz, Patreon and all that. I'll be posting a new Patreon. Good. Go. Have a good rest of the weekend. You too. Love the podcast this week and can't wait for the next one. Oh yeah, this next one has all the things: aliens, UFOs, ghosts, all the things. It's a doozy. All right, it's a doozy. Where'd that come from? Like, how old am I? Like, this has come through me? It's a doozy. But sad. It is really, really good. And I know you guys are going to love it. I love it. And I actually have to record the next one, which is going to be even more. Well, not more. It will stay even on the same vein. It's interesting. All right, everybody. Have a good Saturday. Wait, what's today? Yeah, Saturday night. I had to think. Have a good Saturday night. Thank you. Bye. See you soon.